Hi, I'm Kristen Amdahl with Red Heart Yarns. In this video, we're going to talk about Red Heart Boutique Chic yarn, how to wind it from a hank into a ball, and how to crochet with it. We do have a pattern for the scarf in a knit version and in a crochet version, but today we'll show you how to do the crochet version. So first of all, the yarn comes in a hank, not a ball of yarn. So what you want to do is slide the sleeve off and unwind this. And what it is, it's in a loop of yarn. It's not wound into a ball yet. And there are a couple of very important tips and tricks to learn in order to make this a successful winding into a ball. And first of all, you want to see that you lay it out flat, keeping it a little bit taut, and you want to cut the secondary strings that are holding the yarn in place in that large loop. So we're going to cut here, and this one is actually attached to our working yarn also. So we'll cut through all of those, pull our secondary strands out, and pick up one of those ends. No, okay, so we'll go over to this one now. We'll slide the whole loop over. And we'll snip this secondary strand off. Like that, and we'll slide the whole thing over, making sure that you keep it in this loop. It's really important that you keep this looking like an O. Don't let the ends, the sides touch, because it can very easily get tangled into a big knot, and you don't want that to happen. So you want to keep it look with the open space in the middle as much as possible. So we'll snip the last secondary yarn here, and this one is tied to our working yarn. So we'll snip the knot off as well. And now what you're going to do is start winding this just into a very casual ball, or starting around your hand. And you just want to guide it around. If the yarn is coming from underneath, you just want to gently pull it from underneath. You don't want to make any fast or jerky movements with yarn when you're winding it into a ball from a hank, because again, if you get this loop on top of itself, it can easily get tangled into a big knot. So you just want to keep gently finding your way with the yarn. And some of the pom-poms, you just want to go around like so. And just the slower you go and the more relaxed you stay, the easier it is to get around all that. And then we want to make sure our center stays nice and open. And then gently pull the yarn through. And then you're going to continue to do this, just slowly go around until you get all of it wound into a ball, and then it will look like this. And then this particular one, we've already got started into the scarf, and what we do is we start with a chain 9. Now this is worked onto a very heavy chenille yarn, which we're working on a very large hook, and that works the same way as any other yarn. You do your chains and your stitches the same exact way. The only difference with this yarn is that we have these really adorable pom-poms every few inches, and what I want to show you is how you work around them when you're stitching. So we're going to work, we did a chain 3 at the beginning of the row, which counts as our first stitch. Then we're going to double crochet in each stitch across. So we're going to yarn over our hook, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, which is the same way you would work a double crochet in any other yarn with any size hook or any size yarn. So we're just going to work that across the row. And then our last stitch, we work into the starting chain from the row below. So just insert into the top of the chain 3. And now we've come to a pom-pom. Now, since we're on the end of the row here, it isn't really critical about where you put the pom-pom, because it's going to end up being like on the bordery edge. But what you want to do is just kind of let it flow, hang down. If I try to grab the yarn just before it with that much left, it's too tight and won't come through. So you want to go to the other side of it, and if it has a little bit of give there, that's okay, because once you pull it through, you end up eating up some of that extra give, and then it actually makes it stay pretty flat. Now for this one, I thought it was going to be on the edge, and we're going to find out for sure when we start our next row. We're going to do a chain 3 to start the beginning of the row, and if you notice, it's actually sitting kind of to the side and kind of to the back of the work. So what I'm going to do to ensure that it goes to the front of the work is I'm going to pull the pom-pom through that between the last stitch and the stitch before it, and I'm just going to push with my thumbs like that. And now it works to the front of the work. So we'll chain 3, skip the first stitch, we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. And depending on where the next pom-pom comes up, I'll show you where you're going, how you're going to work that one. So just going to double crochet across, which is kind of cool. You've got this decorative added bonus of having the pom-poms, and you don't have to place them. They're going to come out randomly, so no two scarves will ever even be the same. You could make this quick last-minute gift for several of your friends or family members, and they'll all look different. Okay, so we'll chain 3 for the beginning of our row. We probably have a pom-pom coming up now. By the next row, probably. So we'll just double crochet across here. With this few stitches, this project you can work up in just a couple of hours. The yarn is based with the chenille base, which is super plush and soft. So here we go. We've got another pom-pom coming up, and now we're working a wrong side row. So we did a chain 3 for the beginning of the row. We're going to double crochet into the next stitch, and then double crochet in each stitch across. And we've got a pom-pom coming up, and it's getting really tight again. It's too tight for me to work the next step in this double crochet before it, so we're going to work to the side after the pom-pom. And being on a wrong side row, it works pretty well for the pom-pom to stay to the right side of the work. It seems like when you have embellishment pieces in the yarn, they always work to the back side like that, unless you force it to come to the front. So just to show you what that looks like on the top for working the next row, you'll see here, it's right there, it's right on the front, but your stitch where you work into is still at the top, so it really doesn't even get in the way for working the next one. This is the Luxe in a Hurry crochet scarf pattern with Red Heart Boutique Chic yarn. You can find this pattern and many more on the website, redheart.com.